LTA, what's the word with it?
What up, though?
Man, this is a special one. We got Fargy back in the house.
What up, though?
Back in the building.
How y'all feeling?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, man.
You might gotta sit over there just in case it go up.
But yeah, you know how we do it, man. Let's talk about it, man.
What you want to start off with?
You know how it go, man. It's your boy, though, man. What up, though? It's Fargy, man. What up,
Come on, let's just
let's do
what
this
you want
shit.
to talk about?
Man, the reason why I've been kind of MIA, man. You know what I'm saying? Just been MIA for a while. You know what I'm saying? Just chilling. Definitely finna get it back in tune for the world that's, you know what I mean, watching, for those that's been waiting. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get it back going. I had to jump back in, take a step away just so I could develop this thing called Innovative Solutions.
All right.
So, you know, like, man, you know, during the course of my day, for those that know, you know, I'm constantly dealing with individuals that get shot in Minneapolis and St. Paul. I'm constantly dealing with their families, you know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with all these different situations on a day-to-day basis. And, you know, it gets a little hectic sometimes, bro. So, like, I had all these different projects on the table, and it was like, man, I had to get the Innovative Solutions started, which is the non-profit, you know what I'm saying, it's to assist with a multi-range of things. So like, I'm taking kids camping, you know what I'm saying, I done taught kids how to kayak, I done put kids on a pontoon, taught them how to drive boats, just getting them in tune with like the elements, you know what I'm saying, and at the same time, like, man, teaching them discipline.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, exposing them to different things so that they can change up the way that they thinking, and then incorporate the discipline so they come back, you know, more well behaved for their families. You know what I mean? And more discipline in regards to the ways of the world. You know, it's been dope. It's been dope. Took a little minute, man. It took a little minute, but it's definitely happening.
Okay, that's worth it right there. That's why I tell people at work. They say, I ain't punching nobody's clock after 50, man. They say, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
I said, I'm gonna have an organization or something. I'm finna be
you
crazy as hell. You think I'm finna be physical laboring past 50 years
Hell
old?
no, like, man, and these companies don't love us. What, like?
Hell no, you just another number.
Man, that's it. And if at any given time, you know what I mean, they could take you off the clock, bro, they would. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we gotta be able to not only, you know what I mean, work the jobs and do the things that we're passionate at, but also build on, you know what I mean, some of our own passion and bring our own dreams to life. You know what I mean? So
what all can you tell them about the program, since it's kind of new or whatever? I know you can't give everything away, but
yeah, man.
Is that the most you can give away? The stuff you already said?
Man, like, the one thing that I'm noticing, man, is like within this non-profit world, I'm starting to see like why we still stuck the way where we stuck at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Touch
saying?
on that.
Like, I'm gonna touch on it, like, for real, like, nobody wants to be authentic no more. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to incorporate themselves off of what somebody else does. You know what I mean? And it's like, we'll never get ahead if nobody stays true to what they really supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta stay true to what you want to do in order to become successful, because if you try to do what somebody else is trying to do, you're going to be not as successful, possibly unsuccessful, but it's not your own your own passion.
The only thing I will say about that, though, you can, it's a such thing as not recreating the wheel or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is the thing, though. That's got to be what you actually want to do. You can't be doing it just because somebody else want to do it. Now, let's say I want to do a t-shirt line.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you already might be doing a t-shirt line. As long as I'm not doing it just because you got one, and I'm doing it because that's what I actually wanted to do, it wouldn't matter, because they got McDonald's and Burger King always across the street from each other. Yeah. They got Wells Fargo and U.S. Bank. You know what I'm saying? They always got, you know what I'm saying, SA and Holiday or whatever they call it.
If that's what you're supposed to be doing.
But yeah, if that's your thing, though, don't do it just because somebody else is doing it. That's the thing. You can't be just jumping on people's coattails. I mean, now you can be inspired by people.
Right. Like,
you know what I'm saying? You can be inspired now.
Let's use the spicy chicken sandwich, for example. You know what I'm saying? Popeyes came out with the sandwich. Now you can find a spicy chicken joint everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
It's weird that They ate Popeyes and just came out with a chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they never sold chicken until that happened.
Yeah.
I thought they always sold a chicken sandwich.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
That's
I thought
crazy.
the chicken sandwich was part of the menu. They just spent a little money on the resources to pump it up, but
Nah, I was shook when that came out. I was like, Popeyes don't make a chicken sandwich?
They went crazy for that chicken
I thought
sandwich.
they had a chicken. That's why you Popeyes.
Crazy for it. Now you can
Yes,
find
sir.
that joint at McDonald's. Wendy's always had a chicken sandwich.
Right.
You know what I'm
McDonald's
saying?
always had one too, though.
Yeah, they always have.
But they probably all do the same thing now. I have ate them, but they probably do
the same thing.
The pickle.
The pickle and the bread.
Yeah. When they wasn't doing that at first.
They wasn't doing
See,
that.
now that's kind of like, now that's just jumping on the coattail.
Right. That's the shit I'm talking about.
You're doing the whole
With that-
makeup. You
with
got
that-
the pickle. You got probably the 3 pickles size at the same.
All that.
Goofy shit.
All that, man. And
That's
like,
crazy.
man, it's wild. Somebody call him my phone, man.
So when can you tell people more about the organization? When would it be? You know,
you gotta come see it. They gotta come see it. It's a lot of trademarks in motion right now. Like, you know what I mean? I gotta make sure that the logos got trademarks on them.
Right.
I've been seeing little duplicates, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I wanna make sure my joint all the way official before I release it. That way all intellectual property comes back into Innovative Solution. Like, when we lose, when you lose intellectual property, that shit like the cotton gin. You know what I'm saying? It's like slavery. You know what I'm saying? Like, you done put all your blood, sweat, and tears into make the cotton gin, and then you finally make the cotton gin, you got shit going, and somebody come along and say it's theirs.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's the worst feeling ever, and like,
And that happens a lot too. That actually happens. Like if you watch Shark Tank and shit, they be saying that.
Yep.
Like, man, as soon as you put this out, somebody gonna come eat your ass. Clean up.
Clean up, bro. Clean up,
That's
man.
crazy, man.
The competition of the world, you know what I mean? And I get it, but in hindsight, we can't sit back and complain about what's happening in our neighborhoods because we'll never get nowhere if everybody just constantly trying to do what the next person's doing. You know what I mean? And like, I've been watching the shit close hand, you know, in regards to like, you know, non-profits, man, the individuals that's connected to them, and like, man, it's like it's toxic sometimes. You almost gotta protect your neck like you on the street selling crack.
You know what you do though, if you if you one of them type of people that really don't have no what's it called, no original ideals and stuff of that nature, you ain't gotta jack nobody else shit. If you ain't really a super, you know, creative person, whatever, that's fine. Go get a job with the person that's creating the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go get a job then. I mean, there's other ways to do some shit. There's more than one way to skin a cat. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely other ways.
You ain't got to do it the wrong way. If you ain't real creative, get with somebody that is creative and see how can you break bread with them some kind of way.
Part.
You know
So
what I'm saying?
a lot of the collaborations be shady. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's this
That's-
whole other world. Imagine the shit we went through growing up as kids, right? Outside,
Right.
being inside offices now. And everybody smiling in your face. You know what I'm saying? Everybody smiling, and you can't punch a motherfucker if they get out of line. You know what I'm saying?
Jobs, man, like,
It's a whole new law rules, B. And it's new to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, so indeed, I built up Next Step, did everything that I had to do with Next Step, which is a hospital-based violence program for those that don't know. You know what I mean? Did what I did with that, you know what I'm saying? And then constantly just running into different barriers, because it's bigger, the problem bigger than what we think it is.
yeah.
And that's where the solutions kick in.
I don't know if it ever will really change. Not to be pessimistic, but
That's what we got to
I don't know. It's like if I create a game, I don't think I would ever let you beat. I don't think I ever let you beat me if I create a game.
Right.
So I'm saying that to say, you don't give up and don't try. You know, we keep fighting to the, you know, like our ancestors did a whole 9. But at the end of the day, I think they got it rigged to the point where
Eventually we can beat the game.
the only way we're going to do that is when we outpopulate them, because
that's what we struggling at right now.
That's the one that would happen when we finally outpopulate them.
That's what Innovative Solutions is about, man. Like a lot of things, you know what I mean, have promoted the death of our young men, the death of our young women. You know what I mean? We got all of these different propaganda-ass programs to control our population.
Yeah.
Like when we was talking, it's so deep You know what I mean? And like this whole COVID thing with fear and population control. You know what I'm saying? Abortions and the push behind.
Hey, look, I didn't even know
all of that.
I didn't even know Facebook, Instagram went down yesterday. So I see them like it was news. It was real. I'm like, what happened? Man. Facebook went down, I guess, for a few hours, and I was like, I didn't even know.
It was pandemonium.
Yeah, that's crazy. When I see that shit as news, I was like, wow, is you serious?
Imagine what the people was feeling when they couldn't log in, B.
Man. And then they said it was only down for 6 hours, and people lost their mind.
They was panicking.
That's crazy.
Panicking. Everybody started reconsidering all the things that they said. Everybody started reconsidering all the people they might not ever get to see again.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You done forgot your password. You've been on Facebook for so fucking long. You don't know your password to that shit.
You ain't even calling people. You can't even pick up the phone.
What's
going on with
all
you?
your businesses. I was thinking about it like,
that's crazy.
Like that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. Like I said, you never give up and you keep fighting. But, I don't know, man. I think it's, like I said, until we outpopulate them or something. Because this is the thing. We're like, people, period, is creatures of habit, right? Mm-hmm. So what do we do with our kids? They play sports. Mm-hmm. Or they get into some kind of entertainment, right?
Mm-hmm. Modern day slavery.
So instead of pushing towards judges or the prosecutor, all the people that focus over policemen and all that good shit. No, our kids play sports or be entertainers. You know what I mean? Now, of course, of course, you get in some different shit now, girl judges and blah blah blah. Mm. But for the most part, it's it is what it is. It's going to be that way until we start. Like we got to get our kids into different shit besides sports and entertainment. Yeah. You know what I mean? We got to get in the damn game if we want to try to play the game in any kind of way. We're not in the damn game.
That's innovative.
You know what I'm saying?
That in
the sidelines.
That in its core is innovative solutions, because a lot of our children believe, and a lot of the men believe that they are supposed to behave a certain kind of way in order to really have any pride in their community. Yeah. And there are so many different things that a person can do. So not only did I start Innovative Solutions, which is a non-profit, anybody can start a non-profit. Find out what your lane is. Like, what is your lane? Like, what do you want to do? What do you want to accomplish? Like, what do you want to perceive? Like, what do you want to leave behind as a legacy for somebody? Like, develop the non-profit and then develop a business. So, like, we did Innovative Solutions, solidified it, had a couple of events. The turnout really wasn't that well, but, Minnesota really shaky when it comes to, like, supporting. And it's a conversation we really need to have one day. It's like, what makes our society afraid of the black men?
What makes our society afraid of
the black men? Like,
what you mean our society? You mean like
our
the
culturally,
black people's society?
No, culturally within ourselves.
What makes us scared of black men?
What makes us afraid to be like black? Like for the men, what makes them afraid to be men? And then
I don't think it's that.
On the back end, why is it not acceptable for a man to be a man?
Like I don't think it's they're scared to be men. They just don't know how to be men.
So a lot of them nervous. They nervous.
No, they just living the life that the same way we live. Like we wasn't angels, you know what I mean?
No,
like we tore the city up when we was kids. But the difference was is like the only difference I see though really is like it's no guidance plus it's social media. So they get their guidance from everything. It's no guidance, so then they get it from everywhere.
As a black man, it's hard to find support.
Yeah, and then everybody went to jail and shit from the 80s and the 90s. Everybody went to jail or died.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's our generation fault that we left the kids to get raised the way they got raised too. So
what I'm really like speaking on is like. So let's say these expos, right? We used to have expos and whatnot, black expos.
Right.
They're not called black expos. What you think they called?
What are they called?
They're called the Black Women's Expos. So it's now.
Ain't that been around for? You talking K1J produce? I mean, you doing
it. You ever heard of the Black Men Expo?
I want to say I have, but I always hear the women think so. It's been around forever though.
Right. So
it's been around forever.
So you're starting to catch the remnants of propaganda, because now it's wrong it's almost wrong to say you have an all male exclusive group.
The masculinity thing definitely is a problem. That definitely is a problem.
That's what I'm talking
we
about.
can talk about that.
We can talk about that. That's
crazy.
That's the shit I'm talking about right there.
Is that light still going on?
That's the shit I'm talking about. But you know what I'm saying? But that's what you know, with innovative solutions, man, it's like those type of conversations. You know what I mean? We need to start really understanding like who we are, what's our purpose in life, you know, are we going to be distracted by the distractions?
Right.
What does it take for us to not get distracted? And then it's like creating all of those solutions in one. So it's not just, oh, we got a housing problem. So we got a housing problem, right? So a solution to housing is finding housing.
Right.
Innovative solutions found housing. You know what I'm saying? So like all these different people that in agencies that be like, oh my God, I can't find housing. I can't find housing. It's stuff that can be done with the resources that's out here, but like a lot of people hesitate. You know what I'm saying? And I can talk about the housing program within Innovative Solutions because it's already solidified. Like can't nobody come in and just offset that. It's already in motion. You know what I mean? And like as long as it sticks to the core and like we don't deviate from it, it will actually solve the problem. But what happens is everybody see it, everybody want to jump on it. So now you got all these different people trying to do what you doing, but they adding all they different perspectives of life into some shit that you doing that's actually gonna make the difference. But now that they involved, they add they mix and they flavor to your mission. And now the mission is not sticking the course because everybody wants to deviate it. It's some weird shit, B. I'm talking about.
Why even let them part of it?
That's the hardest part.
And what's that?
Is making sure that the mission sticks to the mission. So with the housing situation, nobody can deviate that. I'm not gonna let nobody get in on that lane, and particularly, I don't want the chaos that comes behind it and the barriers that start persisting behind it, because now instead of people working together, they trying to divide and figure out how they can get more people or the same resource. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just bringing it all together and being like, yo, like if somebody came to me on some real shit and was like, bro, let's work together and